even as I'm talking about the return from the exile to build the second temple. Today, even the second temple has been destroyed by the Romans in the year 70 AD. And what remains of the second temple is really this western wall. They call it the Wailing Wall, where Jews go to pray and insert little prayer notes into the crevices, which are then collected, and then I forgot what they do with them. I know I did, but I forgot what I prayed for then. Possibly world peace. This was a while ago. And this part of the Western Wall is part of the Second Temple, which King Herod the Great extended. The Second Temple was just a shadow of the First Temple. And King Herod, just as the time of our Lord Jesus, to be a legitimate king of Israel, which he pretends to be, which he's not, he extended and extended the wall, really. And this is the only part that shows, but there is another part that is subterranean that goes down and is not seen, but you can visit. And there you can see the huge blocks. These are very small blocks, but the huge blocks down there, which is just massive, and you wonder how they build it. And the rest of the video will show them going down there, and you can see, well, it's not really visible, but there's nothing like being in Jerusalem to see this thing. And this was years ago. I'd like to go back.
Let's see what they found.
Let's see what they found. This used to be our parking lot. Come on in.
Isn't this a wow? Really? Isn't this a wow? Look at this, Doron.
It's incredible.
A parking lot. This used to be a parking lot. And look what we found here. Isn't it amazing?
It's incredible. I mean, I remember parking our car here. And then when you got out of your car, little did we realize that as we got out of our car, if you went down 50 or 60 feet, you had 11 different civilizations going all the way back to the ancient biblical period, the time period of King David. And as we know, Oriya, we've had some real surprises in this parking lot.
Yes. Let's walk a little bit around it and come with us so you can see different angles of this place.
Did you bring your water? It's a hot day.
I did, and I forgot them.
I'm not allowed to share.
You're not allowed to share.
Not allowed to
I
share.
will be okay. We're going underneath soon, so it's going to be cool and dry and nice.
So just as we reach over here, we can see in the distance that there are 3 rooms. And I remember we got an email a number of years ago from a young woman from London. She said, I want to volunteer in the excavations. Her name was Nadine. And we sent her email to the Israel Antiquities Authority, and they employed her. And a month after Nadine came to the job, now we have to understand, most people, when they come to an excavation, they don't realize how dirty and sweaty and how difficult the work is. Nadine, she was working at a large automotive manufacturer in planning, but she got used to it, and she had a lot of friends. And by this point, her fingernails were dirty, and she had dug in. And one day she was over here, and a group of workers heard Nadine scream. And they thought maybe she was bit by a scorpion. And so they sent first aid. But no, Nadine is sitting in the ground, and they walk up to her, and in the dirt that was right in front of her, she's pointing, and she found this young woman from England, found one of the most miraculous discoveries ever made in Jerusalem, which are these gold coins.
Treasure. It's a real treasure.
It's a real treasure.
I can only imagine what she felt when she found it, and I can only imagine what you felt when you got the message.
It's true.
But this is something again, it's not fair that I wasn't here. You really understand what's going on here. This is the thing.
This is the thing. You and I both remember, because it only happened a few months ago, that one of the archaeologists here in the parking lot found this clay seal about the size of my fingernail, and they looked with a magnifying glass, and it has a name, and the name is Natan Melech.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Servant of the king. Now, what's even more unbelievable is you open up the Bible.
Yes.
Second book of Kings, chapter 22, 23, and you see King Josiah, who's King David's great-great-great-great-grandson, a righteous king in the Bible, written in the Bible, and his servant is Natan Melech. it's just incredible because we have Shavuot in a few days. We're going to be reliving Ruth, who is King David's grandmother, great-grandmother, and the Davidic dynasty and the idea of bringing the first fruits up to the temple. And here we find the actual evidence of King David's lineage, the actual dynasty in the parking lot.
Yes, and I was with you when we heard about it, and it was really, really exciting, because everything else is telling us a story was going on here. When we find a bullet saying the name written in the Bible, it's us,
Incredible.
it's ours.
It's ours.
We're connected. It's part of me. It really is part of me. Now, just before we go down,
Yes.
I want to remind our friends
Yeah.
the route that we're going to take. So last time, Doron, if you remember, and if you remember our friends, we started here in the pool of Siloam. We spoke about the water, about the idea of Jerusalem was born here with the water. And we started walking up the pilgrimage road, and we finished about here. And we discussed the fact that our employees are working to discover all this road. Today, we're going to the upper part, the northern part of the road. We will go down, you will explain a few more things, and we will go out just beneath the Temple Mount.
You're a leader of this project. You're an incredible woman. You served in the Israeli army. You fought and you risked your life for the state of Israel. As an Israeli, what is it like for you to be in this Western Wall, our own private Western Wall?
Well, I must say that at least once, twice, 3 times a year, I go to the Western Wall with my family, okay? To the Western Wall that all of us know. But standing here underneath, it's kind of a small kotel, which is just mine, and it's for me and the group that is coming here. No one else is interrupting us. It's not with all the people standing there, walking there, praying there. This is like a small private kotel just for us. And for me, I must say that sometimes I come here when everything is really quiet, no one knows. I come here for a minute of myself again to connect to the place where everything has begun. And where is my connection to God? Where is my connection to the Bible? Where my connection to Jerusalem? And as I said before, Doron, I think we are the most privileged people in the world.
Wow. This is amazing. Every time this happens, this is so incredible. Here we are.
The same kotel we spoke about.
The same Western Wall. Here's the Western Wall. I can hear the noises.
This is what we spoke about. The Western Wall is everyone's wall from all over the world. People come here, people celebrate Bar Mitzvah, people come to say their own prayer, people come to say thank you for what they have. What we saw today is a small part of the wall underneath the ground, which is only for the people that come to visit the city of David.
Absolutely. And here, to point out, this is now the pilgrimage road. The same pilgrimage road that you and I saw when we began our journey down at the Shiloh pool. We're back on the pilgrimage road. We came up underneath the ground, where Ori and I just crawled. We're back up on the pilgrimage road. Here you can see it. And what's incredible about the pilgrimage road right here, we mentioned Shavuot, there's a powerful story here because we were in the destruction, climbing through the sewer. Mm-hmm. Now we're back in the top at the time of the celebration, bringing our first fruits to the temple in ancient times. And here we even have a storefront right here. This is an original storefront, just as it would have looked 2,000 years ago. You can imagine there was a table here, and there was a curtain hanging down off the table like a drape, and they were selling their wares, and they were changing money. What we're hearing now, Oria, is singing in Jerusalem. And the prophecy in the book of Zechariah says one day the elderly and the children will come back to Jerusalem and sing and play in the streets. It's written about in the prophecy. We can hear the joy of somebody having a bar mitzvah, a bat mitzvah. Shavuot is on its way. Yeah. This is the prophecy where we're standing on the road.
So we're part